The clock is ticking. Our planet is changing. In our busy lives, it's easy to take the place we live in for granted. It's easy to think our natural resources will last forever. Since the industrial age, our demand for energy in the West has increased dramatically. We are using more and more carbon-based deposits like coal, gas, and oil. Now China, India, Brazil, and Russia are set to catch up. The global energy consumption from fossil fuels is not sustainable. Could an ancient story help us to think differently and use our resources more effectively? A wealthy farmer had 3 sons. When he felt that he was getting old, he called his 3 sons, because he wanted to see who should succeed him on the farm. He gave each of them a shilling and told them to fill the large barn with it. The eldest son went to the market and bought hay. But it only filled a corner of the barn. Next, the middle son attempted to fill the barn. He bought straw. Because it is cheaper than hay, he got more than his elder brother. But still, it only filled a quarter of the barn. Now came the turn of the youngest son. He set off without knowing how he should fulfill the task. But when the evening came, he returned with a candle. He lit the candle, and the whole barn was filled with light. Like the youngest son in the story, we too must find a solution. How can we reduce carbon emissions and reverse their effect? All around the world, there is a growing awareness that urgent changes are necessary, and politicians too are realizing the importance of their role. The Doric team continuously scours the planet for the most interesting investment opportunities. Learning new technologies, understanding the operation of each plant, and listening to the people who are running it on site. Energy from waste. This plant burns 80,000 tons of waste per year.
We feel that we do something very important for the environment. Since we receive a lot of waste, we utilize the energy from this waste instead of sending it to a landfill where it only causes problems for the environment.
The plant uses an innovative gasification process which only produces a fraction of the usual emissions. The steam produced by the boiler is used to power a turbine which generates 6 megawatts of electrical power, enough to supply 12,000 households. Fossil fuels are limited, and the burning of fossil fuels leads to a warming of the climate. This is why it is absolutely necessary to explore renewable energy sources: wind power, solar power, geothermal energy, biogas. These technologies will play an important role in the future. Solar energy. Through the use of mirrors or photovoltaic cells, solar energy is transformed into electricity. Here in the Mojave Desert, mirrors focus the sunlight onto an oil-filled pipe. The liquid is heated up to 400 degrees Celsius and evaporates. This process drives a turbine which produces electricity. Geothermal energy. Heat from the core of the Earth can also be used as an energy source. Here, steam rises through a 3,000-meter deep pipe, steam we can use to power a turbine with an output of 20 megawatts, and without any carbon emissions.
Geothermal is clean for greenhouse gas, And that's why geothermal is picking up more and more throughout the world.
Doric's approach is hands-on. Expertise, thorough supervision and continuous control characterise the development of the project. Under the supervision of Doric's engineer Jürgen Rosa, the largest biogas plant in the world was built in East Germany. As many of these plants use the latest technologies, we examine how quickly repairs can be carried out and spare parts can be delivered. We check the advantages and disadvantages of each process and weigh them up. Safety is at the top of the agenda. We examine each investment opportunity thoroughly and carry out market analysis and detailed due diligence. With growing political tension over oil and raw material supplies, alternative sources of energy also gain importance. With 20 years' experience in these types of transactions, we know how to navigate economic cycles and are prepared for times of change. Renewable energy projects also benefit from government subsidies, tax incentives and guaranteed feed-in tariffs. We must act quickly and look ahead in order to secure the best conditions. Our investment opportunities are long-term, with constant returns. And renewable energy is definitely the subject of the future. But one thing is already clear now: environmental benefits go hand in hand with good business. Like the youngest son in the story, we too must engage in lateral thinking to find a profitable but green alternative to our growing energy needs.